Audio log 1. Date 15th of June. Year 2. Okay, is this on? Let's see. Yeah, it is on. Alright. So, my name is Jacob. I'm a scientist from Latvia. Wait, is this thing busted or something? Yeah, I'll fix it later. Let's just hope it won't remove any useful things. So, where was I? Right. I'm a scientist. Well, a bioengineer, to be precise. I had been working with many creatures we haven't shown to the public. I was also working on a physical wound healing boost at the time, so that was probably why I got chosen on this mission. I got contacted by my colleagues. There was a heat reading from deep parts of the unexplored Chinese woods and hills. We thought it was just something usual, a mountain lion or something, but the scan showed a weird human-like creature. We thought it was a well-hidden tribe, but it looked like it had a tail and antlers, so that was out of the question. Local village had rumors of something living in the woods and taking people at night, since few hunters, mothers, and even children disappeared. Some disappearances had visible hints of struggle, but most were without any disturbances. It was like they either disappeared or were never there. Theories were flying everywhere, from weird mutated tribes to Wendigos or skinwalkers or something. I don't know, I'm not into the whole legends and mythical things. So, a team of 3 scientists and at least 7 of well-trained soldiers had to go there and find these things. Since we were going to the unknown, we had heavy arsenal with us. The squad was armed to the teeth, and we, the researchers, had their latest equipment. There wasn't much, just a few lab equipment and tech to recognize plants and living beings, or at least what's left of it. I've decided to make audio logs of the progress we have made, just in case something happens. It doesn't have its own memory, so I have to record everything in a USB stick. Anyway, I'll update this every day, or at least try to. Audio log 2. Date 19th of June. Year 2. Okay, I fixed this thing a bit, so let's hope this will work properly. Our plan is to meet in one of their bases and, with a helicopter, travel to the area the heat scans show this thing. I listened to the previous recording and noticed it lost the names of the research team of this mission, so I'm going to fill this info in. So, one of the researchers is me, second is an electrical engineer named Michael, and third is a zoologist and botanist, Paul. Although Michael is an electric engineer, he knows how to work with firearms and how to fix them. Michael comes from the US, but Paul, well, nobody knows. He sounds like a sketchy guy because, well, he travels everywhere, has different IDs, and his name possibly is not even Paul. But he seems like someone who has seen a lot of things and knows a lot. We also have Frederick, a strict yet very caring sergeant. He might be yelling at you, but he does that to improve your morale. Also, if any of his troops get injured, he won't hesitate to heavily injure or kill the person who did it. If it was an accident by an ally, then expect a broken rib or an arm. The rest of the troops are nothing much, just your typical military. Audio log 3. Date 21st of June. Year 2. So, we've arrived but couldn't land next to the area these heat scans show the creature, just to not alert them. We've landed in a clearing and started our hike. It was a long hike through the woods, if I had to guess, about 1 kilometer. The vegetation was thick, so we had to be careful. Unfortunately, one troop was clumsy and sprained his ankle on the way. It left an open wound and, lo and behold, it got infected. The reason why I knew his leg got infected is because after 20 minutes, rash showed up around his leg. It looked like one of those sicknesses that could be deadly, but only if it wasn't treated in time, so 2 soldiers had to help this poor fella back to the helicopter. We had to make a camp and wait for them to come back. It became dark. Michael pulled out a lantern. He turned it on and said that it is his newest work, a lantern that shined brighter than any other and used close to no battery life. I forgot to mention what our troops had. Recently, we discovered an alloy which was super resistant and flexible, like cloth. We tested it out and it could handle an anti-material round. Tested it on a dummy and then on a person. Took a few years and this material was made into clothing that could make you almost invincible to any firearms. They were also bringing assault rifles with hollow points and flammable bullets. And one of our recent advancements in firearms, a shotgun that uses high caliber rounds, aka a sniper round. It hits hard, and if you manage to miss the shot, then shrapnel will hit the target, unless you shoot at 90 degrees from the target. Only 2 troops have these, since the ammo and the weapon itself is heavy as hell. While we were talking and having fun, we heard something from the overgrowth. We looked, and a leopard pounced at one of the troops. It bit his arm, and as expected, it did nothing, but we were still surprised. The leopard realized it won't bite through the armor, so it decided to go for the throat. The guy tried to fight off the leopard, but he couldn't push the leopard off. Other troops took their guns and were ready to shoot, until something unexpected happened. An arrow hit the leopard. As we looked at it, we could see its veins and eyes slowly shine in a green-blue coloring. It dropped on the ground, convulsing as if it had a stroke, and died. Troops were now shining their lights to the direction of the arrow and where they thought it was fired. When they saw nothing, they drew their attention to the guy and the leopard. I pulled the arrow out of the large cat and checked it. It was coated in some type of bioluminescent chemical and had very interesting symbols on the arrowhead. We put the chemical inside one of our lab equipment to see results of what is it. After that, we decided to get some rest. 2 troops stayed on a night watch, just in case the one who shot the arrow would come back.